Welcome to round number 4. We are on the draw. We don't have a creature. We have to mulligan. We have a creature. We're gonna keep. What we don't want here. I want for sure the land, I want the hero. I think I want the Ordeal of Tusk and probably Aqua's 4. I'm gonna button the Curious Obsession. I think I want protection maybe a bit more. We are playing against blue-black Grixis. Okay. This is a matchup that definitely Adento Vanguard gets in. So depending on their hand, they gotta take either of Iros. Feels like it's a push hand. Yes. And now we are in big trouble. No, we are not. We add it. God's Willing is also really important in this matchup. Because of all of the removal spell that Grixis tends to play. They put a card on top. They flip Jace. I smell double removal spell. Okay, I don't want to use God's Willing to protect from Jace. Young Pyromancer, okay. I think here we are going with the Ordeal of Tassa. Do we want another land? We kind of do, but we want to draw it like naturally. Because next turn we can draw a good amount of cards if we can get our Battle Hoplite to survive. Also, I would actually recommend to build this deck. This deck is fairly cheap. I think here I'm actually going to respond with God's Willing. Bottom, protection from black. This deck, besides the mana base, is pretty cheap to build. It's pretty fun to play. You have to accept that it's like sometimes you just lose because of not drawing all the pieces that you want. It's a sweet deck. I think I want the God's Willing here. So Jace can flashback. Yeah, we need to attack Jace right now. We want to draw the card first before the scry, because we know we're gonna draw God's Willing. I think I kinda want the land. Here we always leave up God's Willing. It's like best card in the matchup for sure. I think I looked it up, as I said, for price. I think the deck is like $8 to $10 if you don't count the mana base. You can cast instant sorcery card with cost 3. So here we need to attack Chandra, because it's red or an instant. An instant. So I think we have to attack Chandra. Yeah. We play the Ordeal of Helia just to get out of range. Attack Chandra. We want the Curse Obsession. We are close to lethal. Treasure Cruise. The opponent is only on a single blue. Ordeal of Tassa. We kind of want the Ordeal of Tassa. We have lethal. Nice. Stealing game 1 against a control deck is always nice. I think what we want here is Adent of Vanguard for sure. Some number of negates. I don't know if Tail's End is gonna be useful in this matchup, but Tail's End and Mystical Dispute is cards to consider. What don't we want, or it's not necessary? Gaining tail life, even though it was decent in the last game, I think is not a priority. Defiant Strike also, it's not a priority. I think I want Aqueous Former. Usually I did out against Control, but against Young Pyromancer, you probably want to keep it in. Maybe we can play only with 2 negates and 3 Mystical Dispute. Let's try this configuration for game number 2. And after we see a bit more from our opponent's deck, we can make some changes to our deck. This hand has 1 creature. We can risk it. But Thoughtseize is gonna be rough. Okay, the rest is less rough than Thoughtseize at this spot in the game. Would be nice to draw 1 drop here. We did not. And my opponent agrees with me that God's Willing is the most important card in the matchup, and they snag the God's Willing. Okay, I think here the creature will go. We drew Favored Hoplite. And we passed turn. I kind of wanted to play Curious Obsession, but then I forgot about the clause that you have to attack, otherwise you have to sacrifice it. Dot Erasure, okay. They're probably gonna get the Curious Obsession, is the more consistent source of damage, card advantage. And it's the double spell for next turn. We cannot double spell. We do another Obsession, and now we are without any creature. Now it's time to F6 until we find a creature. We find Mystical Dispute, that might be okay. We can counter anything at this point in time. Not only blue spells, because we have all the 3 mana available. Now we are gonna play a bit of control until we find the next creature. Adento Vanguard. This is actually a good one, just because we can like pay a bunch of life and survive the removal spells. And the rest, it's good. To take the Curious Obsession, that's interesting that they don't take the other counters. But I'm not really sure what my opponent has in hand right now. Pretty sure they're threat light in hand and they have a lot of answers. And hopefully Vanguard like blanks all the answers. Okay, Ordeal of Tassa. If they counter it, I'm not gonna fight over it. I think the card that worries me the most right now is Angrat Rampage. But here we can draw 4 cards. Now we don't have to do anything. We just need to have this not die. And we got the game. The only card that is not heroic actually won us the game. It's awesome. I'll see you guys for the last round, round number 5.